This is my 10th year here in Thailand, and I must say, my stay here isn't really one dull, boring stay. I experienced a lot here. So one day I just decided to write down my experience here, and I came up with 10 chapters. 10 chapters to outline my 10 years of living here in Thailand as a foreign teacher. Now, my goal in sharing my experience is for somebody to find my video, listen to my video, and learn something from it. Because if you decide to come stay here in Thailand, work here as a teacher like I do, most probably you will experience the same things I've gone through. So I hope you will learn something from this video. Before sharing the 10 chapters of my 10 years of stay here in Thailand, may I request two things? First one is, what I'm sharing is my personal experience. I've gone through a lot staying here in Thailand for 10 years. So if ever you comment, I hope you try to be nicer, because going through that really was very, very hard, especially the depression chapter of my life. Surviving it really was very, very tough. And the second thing is, if you ever find something helpful from my video, do consider subscribing. So mostly I write essays on the side, and if I complete an essay, I make videos out of it, just like this one here. So yeah, consider subscribing. And without any further ado, here are the 10 chapters of my 10 years of stay here in Thailand as a foreign teacher. Chapter 1. The Arrival. This chapter is subdivided into 3 parts. First, flooding of the senses. Second, the mystery and intrigue. And third, the Thai smile. The moment you arrive here in Thailand via a plane or a bus, your senses will be greeted with all sorts of stimuli. So much stimuli that your senses will be drowned. Colors of the culture, the heat, the people, the smell of food, and the atmosphere in general. If this will be your first time traveling outside your country, then your senses will surely be drowned. From all this stimuli drowning your senses, you'll find a lot of things mysterious and filled with intrigue. All will pique your interest, so you will try your best to know and understand all of them. One of them, of course, is about your work, which is teaching. If you decide to move to Thailand to become a teacher, your first months will be filled with curiosity of how Thai school operates. There's also the mystery of what kind of students or Thai students you guys will have. All of this are a mystery that you surely will understand later on down the road. But one big mystery that I'm pretty sure you will never understand or assign a special specific meaning to it is the Thai smile. Now, this is a common knowledge among foreigners here in Thailand, that the Thai smile holds a lot of meaning. The Thai smile did confuse me many times. As for you who plans to come here to Thailand and work, this is something you have to note. As for me, many years later, the best strategy dealing with the Thai smile is to not assume anything. Do not assign any meaning. And most importantly, always, for your part, assume the positive, despite me saying don't assume anything. This is for your own good. Trust me. Chapter 2. The Adjustment. This chapter is subdivided into 3 parts. First, adapting. B. Learning of the basic culture. And C. Settling in with the Thai psyche. The first I had to do was to try to adapt ASAP. Why? Because I got humbled. Why? Well, we all had that stage in our lives when we were young, full of ideals, and so full of confidence we believe we can change the world. That was me. However, it was not all accepted. Some of me here was accepted, but most of it not. So I realized that for me to thrive here in Thailand, I have to adapt to everything, especially when being as a teacher here. You gotta adapt to who and how the students are here. And of course, You have to adapt to the people and the bosses and the curriculum and the system they have here with regards to their education. Once adapted, it's easier now to accept and learn basic Thai culture. And this, positively, affirmatively, I did. And for you who plans on coming here to Thailand to work, you have to learn a basic of their culture, especially on etiquette and food. Because if there's two things I noticed that some Thais complain about and are proud of, they complain about foreigners lacking etiquette, and of course, they are so proud of their food. Take note of this too, please. Finally, after adapting and learning of the basic culture, I was able to settle in the Thai psyche. I am not claiming I am an expert on this, but I can say I accumulated enough knowledge for me to adjust to and for with how Thai people think and behave. It's really tantamount, it's really important for you to learn how to adopt and adjust when you arrive here. When you decide to come here and work here in Thailand. Chapter 3. The Denial. This chapter can be summarized into 3 parts. First, disagreement based on your biases. Second, disappointment from being denied. And third, realizing that your students are so different from where you came from. However, I realized that adapting and adjusting to everything is not enough. I soon found out the hard way that my biases, born by the culture where I come from and from the knowledge represented by my degree, many times I disagree with many things here. One example is the way to handle discipline for Thai students. Without saying too much and without putting myself in trouble, I have to admit that this is one of the most migraine-inducing issue I had and still have here for many, many years. How to deal discipline with Thai students. Another example of disagreements is about management and communication. Sure, of course, there are international cultures that they follow here in Thailand. But of course, the managers and bosses here have their very own ways of managing and communicating. There is such a thing here called Thai way. And take it from me, you gotta follow their Thai way, or you'll be disagreeing and disappointed every day. Every single day you stay here, if you don't follow the Thai way, you'll just end up complaining from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just like I did, or the many people I knew who worked here in Thailand. When it dawned on me that no matter the pedagogy we know, ideas we have, suggestions we shared, or even the corrections we shared that we thought were needed, not all of it will be accepted. Many of my things, many of my ideas shared were denied. Some accepted, but many still got denied. At first, it was really disappointing. However, again, since I wanted to, quote and unquote, make it, I had to bend the knee. This is especially a must since I don't have any higher degrees like my masters or PhDs. Yeah, they like the masters and PhDs here. Lucky for you if you have your masters and PhD and you come here to work. They will listen to you. But, yeah, disappointing for me. But then again, I really want to make it here, so I had to bend the knee. Even when it came to the students, I had to bend the knee and accept the way they do things here. At first, it was really hard because I believe there are better ways to discipline students. But then again, in the end, I had to finally let go of what I thought was the right way and just follow their way. Even if it means forgetting my bias, forgetting my learning, forgetting my philosophy, and forgetting myself. Chapter 4. The Suffering. This chapter can be divided into 3 parts. First, stress and burnout. Second, a replaceable cog. And third, existential crisis. I admit, when I was younger, I was full of ideas, and positive energy, which I thought I can use to change the world. However, since the denial was very strong here, I felt tons of stress. I experienced burnout many times, and I can sincerely say I remember many times I felt exhausted, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Many, many times. From this, I admit, I gained weight, I became unhealthy, I lost all my positive energy and my ideals about this career and my life. The communities I joined wasn't helping anymore. The art group, the basketball group, the gym group, they weren't helping me already. The stress was too much for me. All in my life, this was my first experience of this kind of stress, burnout, and exhaustion. To a point, the man in me literally cried. Like, I really cried because of the stress here. The worst is yet to come, because while I was feeling stressed, burnt out, and exhausted, I realized for the first time in my working life that I am just a replaceable cog. Now, for some people, they might see this as a positive news because replaceable cog means you can leave the work and look for another job here in Thailand. But for me, it came mostly as a negative. Realizing that I was a replaceable cog made me so hate. Negative feelings grew inside me. I befriended anger and emptiness. This is the part that made me start feeling as if all the things I did here, working for many years, meant nothing. Because of that, I honestly felt this very strong feeling of existential crisis. Have you ever experienced that feeling where everything you did in your career, your degree, your work, the work you put into your career, after many, many years, the beliefs and values and philosophies you built around your persona, all felt nothing, and all your effort amounted to zero? This is what I felt. This is what I felt, especially for the work I did, for the relationships I made, and for the effort I spent while working here in Thailand. I felt empty. Chapter 5: The Desolation. This chapter is divided into three parts: the death of the fantasy, mental and physical ruin, and doubting my value as a person. This is the stage of when I realized Thailand is not the dreamland just like in the fantasies of social media. Not the fantasy like how those old bloggers and vloggers describe it in their social media accounts. Not the fantasy like how it's advertised to be. After many years spent here, I finally have seen and experienced what is. This feeling should be liberating because it is for the many who had the same experience as mine. But after undergoing a lot of stress, disappointments, denials, and rejections, I felt more the sadness and sorrow upon the crumble of the fantasy that was promised. Depression was more of the result for me. And upon reading about the experiences of others here, the result for some, too, here in Thailand, are quite same. There were also a lot of foreigners who got depressed because they went through the same things I did. Yes, working here in Thailand can cause depression, not only to me, but apparently to many too. And of course, it will affect us all differently. For me, depression affected me by trapping me in an unhealthy loop of drinking, eating unhealthy, not sleeping well, ruining my own thoughts and feelings, and hating myself. A negative feedback loop trapping me for almost years. This was also the time in my life when I physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually understood the real meaning of crippling depression. It hurts so much in my chest. I felt that cold, crippling feeling on my chest. My sadness felt multiplied hundreds of times by my literal heart, feeling like it's gone like it's empty, like it's a void. At the same time, my mind became so weak. I thought nothing but isolation, darkness, and infinite sorrow. And the will to live was gone in me, as if all of me just wants to quit. Yes, this depression actually pushed me into thinking of doing something unthinkable, unspeakable, that if I did, most probably my relatives and my friends here would be sad if I did that unspeakable thing. Lastly, I doubted my value as a person to a point I really thought my value here was zero. This made me crumble as a man. Like literally, I remember myself lying on the floor in a fetal position, grabbing my chest and crying because that crippling depression I felt while living here in Thailand hurt a lot. Chapter 6, The Realization. This chapter is divided into three parts. First, understanding the disillusionment. Second, it's not the paradise. And third, always an outsider, always an outsider. This can only be reached if you decide to reach out for help. If you decide to move on and survive when struggling, I suggest you reach out if ever you undergo the same things I have experienced. If you also are experiencing depression, better to reach out for anybody. Whoever you have, your friends, your Thai friends, a doctor, anybody. Because if you cannot escape stage 5, I think you'll get stuck in that loop of suffering, of drinking, of feeling bad for yourself, of depression, of exhaustion, of stress, of sorrow, and so on and so forth. You gotta survive and reach out, like I did. This is how I managed to crawl myself out from that depression. And lucky for me, people helped me. I remember, once I started to recover, I had a lot of realization. One of the realizations I had was that Thailand for me is not my place to be in. Thailand is a very beautiful place, don't get me wrong. You can still find a lot of good things here, a lot of beautiful places, a lot of activities you can do here. However, I finally accepted that it's not really my place. It's not my career place. It's not my paradise. Don't get me wrong, again, please do not hate me. Thailand is a great place. But if like me, who suffered, mostly stressed, alone and depressed, and unsure of your future plans, you have to be careful of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Because right now, just like me, maybe you will also realize that Thailand is not for you. Of course, upon realizing this, I finally made the decision to go back home. I'm still in the process of recovery. I still feel anxiety every so often. So I think the only way to recover completely is to go back to where my mind, my heart, and my soul can recover. A place where I don't feel an outsider. I realized I needed to rest back home. So I did. I went back home last December and it sorta helped me. Now in the future, of course, the bigger plan is to go back home. I will go back home. Chapter 7, Salvation. This chapter is divided into three parts: recovery of the self, a decision to move on, and rebuilding the self. At some point, while trying to climb out the abysmal depression I was in while in Thailand, I had to make the conscious decision of recovering parts of myself that are salvageable, I thought. There are things about me I thought I should leave behind, and of course, there are things I thought I should take with me on my process of recovery. The negative things I thought I should leave behind while recovering are strong attachment to people, strong belief that if I love more, other people will love me more too, and of course, expecting people to jump the bullet for me when I did good things for them. These are negative things I should leave behind on the process of my recovery. And of course, the things I thought I should take with me while I'm recovering are looking at people's positive intent first, even if they don't have it, ability of forgiveness, especially to myself, and my underdeveloped faith. I wanted to take with me my underdeveloped faith. Maybe it's time to invest time on it, since I already tried investing too much of my time on people. And when it was finally clear for me the things I want to take with me on my recovery process, there was also the strong conscious effort to finally move on and move on literally. I moved from one new apartment to another until I felt satisfied. This is something I advise you to do also while in Thailand. The change in place and scenery can help you with your spirit. And of course, moving on. I also had to really move on from a past that helped bring me down to ruin while staying here in Thailand. Gotta move on from the negative things. I think it's not right that I got ruined here in Thailand and go back home ruined. I thought I should rebuild myself anew here in Thailand, and once rebuilt, I go back home, healthy in the mind, in the heart, and in spirit. Plus, I want to have a better and positive memories of Thailand when I finally decide to go back home. I don't want to go back home taking with me negative memories about Thailand. So, I better heal myself here. Chapter 8. Mending. This chapter is divided into 3 parts: reaffirmation, reintegration, and holding the helm 100%. In this chapter of my life here in Thailand, I remember this as me strongly reaffirming the new values I had, the old things I brought with me from my recovery, and the new goals I set for myself as I moved on from the suffering. And this is important, I thought. Reaffirming those things are important so next time the devil knocks, when distraction and destruction comes barging in, that I would be stronger in fighting them off. So far, reaffirmation is working while I'm still here in Thailand. Once I was confident enough, I had to push myself to reintegrate to the bigger world. I am still a social animal, so I still needed to be with other people while I'm staying here in Thailand recovering. So far, I made new friends, met some new people. Of course, now I can better manage myself in meeting people. And the most surprising of all, meeting my very supportive Thai GF. I would have not met her if I decided to just isolate myself and heal and get back home as soon as possible. Thank God I decided to reintegrate myself to the bigger world. Within all this reaffirmation and reintegration comes the strong decision of finally manning the helm and holding the wheel 100%. It means I finally accepted within me to be the only pilot of my life. This was an important decision because before, I would always strongly consider the opinions and feelings of other people, especially the ones close to me. That didn't bring me any success. So now, the only hands holding the wheel, the steering wheel of my life, are mine. I'm gonna man my helm 100%. Chapter 9. Acceptance. This chapter is divided into 3 parts. Back to zero. A better sense for people, a better sense for life. And finally, a better sense for the self. Healing and recovery will work if one is strong in acceptance. I accepted my situation and what happened to me. Once I did, it was so easy to accept that I am starting back to zero. Literally. Zero in terms of health and zero in terms of money. This realization hurts, but a realization that actually helped me easily give up on the factors that caused me to be depressed, broken, and broke. And now that I accepted all of this, I have encouraged myself, despite having nothing at all, to just start all over again and move on. Of course, upon the acceptance of the fact that I'll start back to zero, comes acceptance of what was learned. My very bad experience taught me, and I have to take those lessons to heart. So now, I have a better sense for people and a better sense for life. Even if this is just a little knowledge, it's still quite valuable. A body of knowledge that will help me live my remaining time here in Thailand much safer and much smarter. And of course, from all the crap I went through, I have now a better sense at life, even if it's just for a little. But even if it's just a grain of sand, this sense is important. I feel this will help me live my life here in Thailand much, much better. Or at least it will help me live a positive and a well-managed life here in Thailand. Chapter 10 Novus Tempus. So, how will I be living my remaining time here in Thailand? Well, I am mostly seeing my stay here in 3 ways. First, I have to better the self first. Second, choose only battles that I can win. And third, death is a gun on my head. I am now at a certain age in my life when I should be more selfish for myself. I mean, I will still help relatives and friends if I am able to, but being selfish here means I should focus more on myself first in terms of making things better for myself. That kind of selfishness is what I mean. For example, I am now back to the gym again for bettering myself. And to make that gym time my own time, I made it sure that no one will take my gym time away from me. Not my work, not my family, not even my girlfriend. My gym time is my time. That's what I mean by being selfish here. That being said, I think it's now far better to choose the battles I will fight. Before, I'm more of a go 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 guy. Now, I have to be a no 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 guy to some things here in Thailand, which will just drain me of time, energy, and spirit. Especially those things that will require me to commit, but in return, I get nothing. I have to be a no 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 guy to those kinds of things. I must now live my life avoiding a lot of things to keep myself intact. Lastly, I now feel this strong emotion of fear of dying, having not done something important in my life. It's as if a gun is on my head, urging me to move. No kidding, I have this very strong feeling. Now, whatever this feeling is, whether it's wrong or not, I think I should listen to it. That maybe I should live my last days in Thailand as if I'm being pushed to do something hard. That I should live as if there's a timer on me to do something meaningful. Yeah, I gotta do that. Starting now.